What is a European-style breakfast? What do they actually eat for breakfast on a daily basis? Given that breakfast dishes and customs differ from place to country, European-style breakfasts are actually fairly diverse. Depending on the region of the continent you're in, the continental breakfast offered at many hotels is either spot on or entirely incorrect. Breads are a breakfast staple in the majority of European nations. Simple bread, usually just a slice from a lovely rustic or bakery loaf, some favor rolls, flatbread, or a fine white bread, such as the baguette found in France. The nation of Denmark is well recognized for its love of rye bread. Along with that, butter, jelly, and mild or soft cheeses are frequently served. In many nations, particularly those of the Germanic and Baltic regions, cold cuts are highly popular. Pate and other cold meats are frequently served with breakfast. Other nations are renowned for serving dessert with breakfast. The Spanish frequently eat churros for breakfast along with sweet, creamy hot chocolate. The French are renowned for their pain au chocolat, or a generous layer of Nutella on a slice or two of baguette in the morning. Cold and hot pastries are also frequently consumed for breakfast. Although breakfast cereals are typically plain rather than sweet, porridges and cereals have become fairly popular. Popular foods include cornflakes and muesli, which are comparable to granola but not quite as sugary as American granola. Milk, on the other hand, isn't always as popular as yogurt, despite the fact that it's frequently not nearly as sweet as the American variety. Having said that, this is a standard, quick breakfast for people who have to leave for work. While they might not be consumed every day, other European breakfast delicacies are unquestionably cultural and regional staples that are enjoyed by many. The full English breakfast, often known as the fry-up in Ireland, is a popular dish in the British Isles and Ireland. Toast, baked beans, fried tomatoes, mushrooms, sausage links, bacon, which is distinct from the belly bacon you're familiar to, and frequently black pudding, a blood sausage with a meat flavor but the consistency of chocolate cake, are served alongside hash browns or fried potatoes. Favorite sweet treats include cinnamon rolls, especially when they are topped with opulent icing. In addition to blinis, which are essentially the same as crepes but often have a little more savory flavor, crepes are popular throughout Europe. In place of white flour, heirloom wheat varieties, oats, and buckwheat are far more frequently used as components in pancakes, which are also a weekend or occasional pleasure. For breakfast throughout the week, hard-boiled eggs are typical. However, cooked eggs are more prevalent on the weekends or at European bed and breakfasts. Though some individuals reserve them for special occasions, sweet pastries are consumed more frequently. For those special days, meals like croissants or crullers in France, or abelskivers in Denmark, would be a sweet treat. Although they are frequently viewed as lunch meals more so than morning dishes, potato-based dishes are sometimes breakfast delicacies in several nations. A popular late breakfast or lunch dish in Hungary and Central Europe is potato-bashed goulash. Other dishes with a similar flavor profile include bubble and squeak in England and colcannon in Ireland. The one thing that is always present in any European morning is coffee. Nearly every nation on the continent enjoys coffee. At this moment, drinking coffee, or occasionally tea, is more prevalent over the world, and coffee with European breakfast is no exception. A French press and percolated coffee are standard preparation methods, while many people still use a regular old coffee pot. Of course, some people will drink it black or with cream, sugar, or both. Additionally common are straight shots of espresso, cappuccinos, and various variations. Another well-liked beverage for breakfast is café au lait. The simple response is that it's generally familiar, but let's move past the idea that our appreciation of the European breakfast is merely a result of custom. The cuisine is excellent. Let's examine some of the factors that make the European breakfast so alluring. While regional variations in European cuisine can be found, there are also many similar elements, such as bread and dairy, as was already mentioned. For instance, the food gets heartier as you travel further north on the continent. They satisfy every taste bud and keep you full for several hours because they are high in proteins and contain a lot of friendly foods. On the other side, you'll find a buffet-sized selection of European breakfast alternatives without many hearty items in the more eastern districts. You can choose from items like boiled eggs, yogurt, cereal, and a lot more on the menu. You could argue that the appeal of a European breakfast lies less in the variety of alternatives available on the menu and more in the knowledge that you will be served a really filling meal that will keep you full well into lunch. What is an American-style breakfast? What do they actually eat for breakfast on a daily basis? Since Americans typically base their selections of breakfast dishes on a number of factors, an American breakfast can consist of nearly anything. For many people who have breakfast, family traditions and cultural influences frequently play a significant role. Health challenges, financial concerns, time restraints, and personal preferences are additional factors that frequently influence their decisions. Egg dishes, cereals, oatmeal, and yogurt dishes with fruit are typical morning options. Adults who want to begin the day in good health frequently choose low-fat, high-fiber, and high-protein diets. A variety of fresh or canned fruits, yogurt or cottage cheese, and whole grain bread like wheat toast or bran muffins are typically included in these. Smoothies for breakfast are a popular option because they contain fruit and dairy and can be made and enjoyed quickly. Because it is believed that these foods provide vitamins and minerals, hot or cold cereal with milk is frequently served to kids and teenagers for breakfast. Rice, corn, wheat, bran, and other crisp grains are frequently used to make cold cereals. Popular hot cereals include rice, cream of wheat, and oatmeal. To provide diversity, texture, extra nutrients, and fiber to the cereals, granola and fruit are frequently added. The hour has a big impact on several American breakfast options. Early risers who are rushing to leave the house in the morning might grab a granola bar, donut, toaster pastry, or piece of toast. Many Americans used to choose eggs over other breakfast options like meat and bread. Many people omitted eggs from their American breakfast a few decades ago when the cholesterol in eggs was marketed as a health issue. Some guests removed the bacon and sausage off the menu due to the health dangers. When these problems developed, some people simply altered their breakfast eating habits, while others chose to replace other foods for the egg and meat in their morning meal. Bread goods were a popular substitute for the meat and egg menu. Many people now consider English muffins, quick breads like bran or maize muffins, bagels, and toast to be acceptable breakfast options, along with pancakes and waffles. Butter substitutes, genuine butter, cream cheese, syrup, apple butter, peanut butter, jams, and jellies are common toppings for these breads. The majority of breakfast options in America come with a drink. Warm breakfast beverages are typically preferred to be coffee, tea, or hot chocolate. Cold juices including tomato, grapefruit, and orange are popular choices for breakfast. Children and teenagers frequently prefer milk, whether it be chocolate-flavored or plain.